How do you get the work done that you need to when you don't feel like it? I've got a couple tools I'm going to share with you. If we haven't met, I'm Aimee Cerka, your go-to money confidence coach for making money simple with straight to the point strategies, all so that you can make more money in less time. So, how do you do the work when you don't feel like it? Because as a female entrepreneur, like you have to do the work, right? Like, if we're not doing the things that we need to, that are actually like needle movers within our businesses, you're not going to see results and you're not going to see results consistently. Consistency is the key. So, how do we achieve that consistency, especially when you don't feel like it? First thing that I do is I use theme days. So I try and batch, and this is actually something I'm editing, but recording and doing my creative space work on one day. But the key is you have to kind of prepare ahead. This is the second thing. Because if you haven't prepared ahead at least a week or so and your creative day comes and you're really in a low space, like energetically, you don't want to spend the time creating there because your content's not going to be at your best. Now, don't let that be an excuse for you to get into like perfectionism. And that's where the consistency has to take priority over the perfectionism. Another thing that I do, if you need to record, you absolutely have to record, you have to get these things done, but you're not in the energetic space to actually do it, have a dance party. Absolutely love it. Maybe I'll share my Spotify playlist in the comments. Just drop Spotify if you want to see that, because I can share that with you. Then have multiple things to do is another key step that I use. So in a given time, I always have at least a couple things on my list that need to happen of varying energy levels so that like we're if things I need to kind of work my way into something, then I have the space to do that because I can get something else done that, hey, needs to get done, but it's not taking as much maybe creative juices as something else, like administratively. When you prepare ahead, it gives you that space to be able to look at things objectively. So, are you avoiding it? Or is it just a bad week? Because we can avoid things that we don't want to do that we really need to do. And that's where like a lot of the planning comes into play, productivity. We're going to get into that here in the next couple weeks more, but give yourself the space to look at things. And this is I've been diving in, learning, working on identifying like the different tendencies, even with myself, masculine, feminine energy. And this is where you have to commit and show up and actually do the work, which is the masculine, but then also be aware of the feminine and giving yourself space. If you haven't looked into cyclical, I can talk planning, that can be a huge asset. Do Less by Kate Northrup is the book that I read on that. And even if you're just being mindful of where you're at and where your energy levels are at, that can be a total game changer. All right. That's what I've got for now. If you got questions, let me know below. We'll see you next time.